Hi guys, so this lesson is the first grammar lesson that we are doing. It's basically basics, so things that you probably already know and you've known for a long time, but just for the sake of the mock exam and just so we actually start from the beginning, I'm going to explain some stuff to you. If you already know them, just feel free to put the watching speed at 1.5 or 2. I do speak slowly as well, so feel free to fast forward it if it's something that you're really comfortable with. So first thing we are going to tackle is the very first thing, so very basic, the articles. So articles, that means the very first thing you say, we call it a definite article. So what is an article? So an article is something that you put at the beginning of your word. So you have your noun, so let's say a banana, there we are, en français une banane, and you have to put something in front to tell us how many there are and whatever it is. So in English you use it, you say the banana, you just use it for plural or singular. In French, this article, this thing that is before the noun, is actually here to tell us all the information we need about the gender and about the number as well. So here, la banane, because that is feminine, la banane is going to tell us, well, there's two information here. First, there's only one banana, and second, it is actually feminine. So that's why we call an article is something that is before the noun and that is giving us information about it. Why definite? So we have here definite article. We already talked about the article. Why definite? So here definite means that we already defined what we talked about. When you are discussing with someone, you wouldn't just say, well, today I've eaten the banana, except if you already knew what banana you were talking about, but that would be weird just to say today I've eaten the banana. And if someone that you haven't talked to for a long time, they'd be like, what banana are you talking about? Like, did we talk about banana before in the conversation? And they'd be really confused. So here you are going to use the definite article only when you've already defined what you're talking about. So sorry, I'm going to clear this. That's not what I want to say. So basically, when you already know what you're talking about. So 3 definite articles in French. You already know them. I'm so sure I don't need to say that. I've already gave you the example here with la banane. There's 3 of them. There's the masculine one, the feminine, and the plural. Plural meaning more than one. So here, I'm sure you already know about it. If you have your workbook in front of you and you're actually doing it as I speak, then you can actually fill in the table. If you are not in there, well, you can just watch the video and then do it after. What I actually suggest you is that you actually do that, watch the video and then do it, especially if it's something that you're not clear about. Here it's just revisions, but when it's something you're not that clear, it's a lot better to watch it first, try to assimilate the language, and then you go on and try and do your exercise, and then you can come back to the video if you need to. See here, of course, the definite article for the masculine is le, feminine is la, and the plural is les. Right, here for pronunciation reason, please note that the le finish with the s, okay? So now, if the word that follows starts with a consonant, so what is a consonant? Is B, C, D, any word, any letter that doesn't have a sound, basically. So for example, if you say, let me find the word, table, right? Table in French, table, starts with a T, that's a consonant. If it starts with a T, you'll put le, you would say les tables, no, nothing in between. You do not pronounce that S, right? You write it, but you do not pronounce it because it starts with a consonant. Now, if you had something that started with a vowel or a H, because in French, H is a vowel for a lot of reasons. So if you have a vowel, that means A, E, I, O, U, Y, and H, you would actually make the liaison. So when I talk about liaison, that means you actually pronounce the S. So here, les ananas, meaning the pineapples. Les ananas, you would just pronounce the Z. Les ananas, okay? And that is because it starts with a vowel here. So that is for our definite articles. There is one more thing about the definite articles. What happens, I'm going to clear that screen for us. What happens when your definite article is in the singular, where you talked about this in front of vowels, okay? Now if it's le or la, so the singular one, in front of vowels, what happened there? So just take a second, pause this video if you need to, try to remember what you're doing if le or la is followed by a vowel. So, for pronunciation reason, and because French people are actually lazy for the pronunciation, we decided to make the writing a lot more difficult. Sorry. So what happens in front of a, E, I, O, U, U and Y, plus H also, because that's a vowel, we would put the L apostrophe. So that little comma at the top is called an apostrophe, like this, apostrophe. There we go. So the L apostrophe is what you would put in front of a vowel or a H, and that's only for pronunciation reason, but we'll still write it. So finding an example for you, well, there we are. We could put, we used les ananas, the pineapples, for the top. Here we can use the same thing. So in the singular, ananas, note that it still have an S at the end, but that's just because the pineapple is a with word, right? So here, if it's singular, you would actually have, starts with the A, you have the L apostrophe, which makes it l'ananas, right? So here you just stuck everything together, the definite article and the pineapple all together into l'ananas. Why am I telling you all these pronunciation rules? Is simple. It's because in your speaking, in the conversation, you have 5 points on pronunciation. Right, 5 pronoun. Oh my god, I can't even write. Sorry. Pronunciation. There we are. Sorry. So 5 points on pronunciation. And even though it doesn't actually look that much, 5 points can make the difference between one grade to another, because at the end we're just piling all your marks together and we have thresholds. So if you are at 131, you have a 5. If you get 132 marks, you get a 6. So these 5 points of pronunciation can really make difference, and it's just a good thing to remember because it's easy for